What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I hope everybody's having a good time. It is now time for the D&D experience. Darius, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good, but why are you acting like we at a library or something right now? What's going on?
You know what? You're right. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Mr. D. Cooliante. We back at it again, man. I got my player partner. You already know he in the building. My dog, my man, my ace. If we playing spades, it's my man's hilarious Darius. What's good, baby? What's good?
That was an amazing intro per usual. I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
Yo, I'm doing pretty good, man. Check this out, man.
Mm,
This is the last episode of 2020,
yes,
and
sir.
this is a special moment. This is so special. I need to spray on some Coach Platinum Cologne. Coach Platinum Cologne, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you something, man. This is not a plug, but this is a plug. Listen, fellas, go ahead and get you some of this cologne. This is $1,000,000 in a bottle, baby. I'm telling you, you're gonna have all the ladies trying to give you all the hugs this holiday season, man. Get you some Coach Platinum, man. Tell them D. Cooliante sent you, man. Yeah, so we had to make sure we set the ambiance right. It's the last episode of 2020, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it, baby. Yes.
We gotta also make sure we ain't promoting brands that ain't support the show. You sound like what's that rapper's name? Young M.A. And she be doing all that Hennessy, like promoting Hennessy, and Hennessy ain't paid up one dime.
We gonna tag them. They gonna have to see what we up to.
Yeah, they
They
gonna
gotta
take all they gonna take all of our audience and make money off of them.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's a special moment, man.
Was that a Christmas gift?
There was. As a matter of fact, this whole outfit is a Christmas gift. My mama got me this. So
That's why you wanted to wear that hat. I was wondering why you were so tired.
ladies and gentlemen, this is the hat I wanted to wear, but we're not gonna wear it this episode, okay? That's some behind the scenes stuff. All right, going on. Gotta fight for what I want, but I lost that fight, and I'm not wearing the hat. So yeah, that's another episode, man. But
Look, this is one reason why I'm happy that we don't record in like one studio, because I know I'll be giving you the blues.
man,
Like,
man,
I can talk
man.
way more smack virtually.
Yes, man. I'm telling you, I'm about to start carrying around the dang trombone, you know what I'm saying? So I can just express myself blues version, you know what I'm saying? Take it back, you know. So but yeah, man, it's good to be here, man. Good to see you.
How was your
Um
holiday?
the holiday was good. A little different, with COVID and stuff, but still managed to be a one-of-one experience, man. Had a chance to I think the highlight was just all the fellowship and I got a chance to do with my different cousins and things like that. Where are you going, sir? Where you go? Oh, he's back. All right, cool.
The audience never saw me leave. I tried to time it
But
out.
I did. I saw you leave.
I was timing it out quietly because I know how these things cut together. So I was like,
My bad. I didn't know where he was going. I thought
called
you
out
was
a
taking the
magician.
mic off. All right, y'all. That's what I see from you.
You called out a magician while he was doing a trick. He was like, "Hey, I see two rabbits."
Hey, never ever seen you act like this before. Shout out to Ha Davis, man. I ain't never seen you act like that before. He gonna leave during the shoot. What's going on? I can't wear my hat, but you get to leave early. What's up with that, man? So,
I was,
hey,
I was grabbing a prop to set up my bit, but
I'm
I
sorry.
forgot to get it earlier before we started shooting. So I tried to tiptoe while you was telling your story, but you called me
It
out.
was too loud. You didn't want me to tiptoe it. He was moving too loudly.
Where are you going? You can leave early, but I can't wear my Adidas hat.
Exactly.
But I didn't mean to cut you off. You said with your people with COVID and everything.
I mean, yeah, it was a small amount of us, man. It was a small gathering, but it was still it was a good time, man. Just like I said, just fellowshipping, man, and talking to family that I don't get a chance to see every day, man. But how about you, man? How was your holiday, bro?
Well, I was trying to set it up. But no, man, mine's is good. That's so funny. All right, so for my family, like I said in the last episode, we don't usually do a lot of gifts, so we always have to get a bit creative. So this year, they decided to, they decided that everybody would come because it won't be as many people, but everybody would come dressed up as a certain Christmas character that you're familiar with culturally.
Okay.
So we had people dress up like the Nutcracker. We had names like the guy from A Christmas Story, and
Mm.
what's the boy's name? Kevin from Home
Oh
Alone, and
yeah.
just all this stuff, right? So I was selected to be the Grinch, which I personally love because I'm not as friendly as people think I am. Like, there's a side of me that's friendly, but there's the other side that's like, just leave me alone, right?
I
So
mean, you
it
always
fit.
on the beach. I don't know why you angry. You
I be
always on the.
grumpy. I be grumpy cat. I'm like, so it was funny because I had to be careful. So, I'm very anti social media, right? I'm a very private person. So I only like to talk about stuff like in my act or like kind of as I'm developing content, but I'm very private. Other family members of mine, not so private. So if the wrong picture get, taken of you, it may circulate the internet. So I didn't want to go with a Grinch costume. So I ended up getting this hoodie that was Grinch themed with the Grinch me mugging on the front and the back. So I got to the party kind of late and I'm getting help with the gifts to bring it to the house.
Right.
And I'm noticing like everybody's in like regular clothes. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe they did it earlier today and they just changed. And I come in with my little hoodie on and I'm like, wait, I'm the only one dressed up. And they was like, oh, that's right, Darius. We forgot to send you the text that we're not doing that no more. Y'all didn't. But then they kept complimenting the outfit. That's a nice sweater, though. Where'd you get it from? I got it from somewhere that's too expensive for y'all to have changed your minds and not told me. You know what I mean? So what I was doing when I stepped out the frame was I was grabbing the sweater to show y'all. See if it. Let me see if I can get it. Oh, it's not gonna work. I got a green screen. I didn't think about that.
You got an invisible sweater.
I didn't think about that. But
You must have got that. Yeah, you must have got that from the South Pole because that got special powers.
This is kind of fly. I didn't think about that. I'm on a green screen, so therefore you can't see my hoodie. Oh, well, it was a cute idea. I may take a picture of it and add it or something like that, but I did not think about that at all. I was looking like Harry Potter when I was holding that.
You really was. You got the invisible cloak. All my Harry Potter fans out there.
Oh boy, that's freaking funny.
Well, that was
a waste of time.
Hey, but it wasn't because you had a choice. You had a choice to bring it out. You had to live with the yes, but you said yes to the sweater, but you also said no to something else. So
you be butchering it works though, but you be jam packing everything in there.
You're right. So to keep the audience attention, because they surely don't know what I'm talking about, you kind of give the people a little bit of this idea of saying yes to something, but also saying no to something.
Absolutely. So earlier, me and you had a conversation that was really rich, and I ended up saying something that we kind of wanted to rediscuss on the podcast. And it's just this idea that when we make choices, the power in making a choice, right? So whenever you make a choice, your option is either to say yes or no. But just understand when you're saying no to something, that means you're saying yes to something else and vice versa. When you say yes, that means you're choosing to say no to something else, right? So, for example, when it comes to like lifestyles, because I know right now you're on this journey of trying to change your diet. So you want to kind of give the audience a little insight into kind of what you got going on?
Yeah. So as of 2 days ago, I decided I was gonna try this vegetarian diet for a short stint. So to kind of keep it in context, I said yes to the lifestyle. but I said no to the peace, and I said no to peace because it comes with anxiety. That's what I'm trying to say. I know I kind of butchered that, but it comes with anxiety. And what form you asked? Are you asking that?
I
Because I'm
didn't
about
ask
to
that at
tell you.
all, but go ahead and say
Okay,
it.
I'm gonna tell you. Grocery shopping. Now here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Grocery shopping used to be a fun thing to do. I always knew what I liked: tacos, lasagna, spaghetti. This is very easy. Snacks. Now I'm shopping with no meat in mind. So I tend to kind of like get a little bit nervous. Will I like this? Will I not like this? It's costing me money still. So my anxiety is a little high. And it has been I don't know, but overall, man, it's been a good 2 days,
Yeah.
great 2 days. And here's the thing. As you kind of start this journey with changing your diet, there you find yourself in these circles of people who are like-minded. I had a great friend who kind of gave me some pointers, gave me like a list of like good food to kind of shop for, a lot of alternatives to like my favorite foods like spaghetti and tacos.
Mhm.
So she gave me a list of that. But I also found there are people in my circle who talk about the lifestyle, but they don't really live the lifestyle.
What you mean? Let me know what you mean.
Let me break this down. So I met this individual, man, good guy, who states he's been practicing this vegetarian lifestyle for probably over 5 years. But when I got to kind of digging in and kind of getting some, digging into his mental, trying to, pick his brain a little bit, he tells me he's now on a new journey. He's a poultrytarian. Poultrytarian.
What is that? What is
Basically, I'm gonna break this down. So basically, this guy enjoys chicken, and I guess he has the plant-based vegetarian lifestyle, but it includes chicken. And I'm just like, oh, okay. And he told me some days he goes to Taco Bell and gets a beef wrap, a little beef crunchy wrap on some days when he needs because he has a cheat day, and that's where he goes on his cheat day. It's a Taco Bell.
I'm a fast fooditarian. I'm a cheat day, obviously, every other day. I'm a vegetarian. If not a vegetarian, I'm a poultritarian. I eat chicken. I eat that on the regular, but I am a vegetarian. It's not like he just like vegetables on the side. You ain't a vegetarian.
But everybody likes little vegetables on the side, you know. But I was just laughing. I'm like, bro, what? You like chicken? So to all the chicken spots out there, KFC, Popeyes, just change it up. Tell people you're serving the poultritarian community, and they're gonna come out in busloads to support.
That's what happened with the Popeyes chicken sandwich. They were servicing the poultritarian community, an overlooked community, obviously.
Yeah. But yeah, and they get kind of serious about their chicken. I don't know if you know that. It was people standing in a line, arguments happening. I think
all black people are poultritarians.
Here's the thing. He is not of
the culture.
African descent. He's not part of African descent at all. But he loves his poultry.
You can tell by using the word poultry. That's in line with cutlery.
Tarian on the end. Like, what?
Poultry and cutlery. That's in the same vein. What you mean, chicken and forks? Chicken and knives? Is that what you're talking about?
I was like, I gotta take everything with a grain of salt because people out here talking about the lifestyle, but they not really living it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot it's a lot of that going on in this world today, man.
But man, that's hilarious. And I mean, just take a step back though, with the whole choice thing. I think what's fascinating about that with me is this all started from this idea that the power in saying no, right? So many of us lose our ability to say no because we don't have the choice anymore, right? You can't say no to this because you're saying yes to security, stability. You need a roof over your head. You need this, that, and the third. And that's kind of where the premise came from. It's like, man, like if you can say no, like I was thinking about Chappelle and how Chappelle walked away from $50 million and everything else like that, but he said no. Right? He said no to the money, which at the time people didn't understand, but he was saying yes to liberation,
Mm.
right? And he's probably one of the most liberated artists that we have today. And it's like, man, by saying yes to your dream, what are you saying no to? Right.
Mm.
So many of us that are pursuing dreams, and I was thinking about this, man, because I got another platform that I'm kind of building out, and I've been having conversations with comedians. And one thing that I've noticed is a lot of comedians, there's certain areas of our lives that are like underdeveloped, right?
Mm.
Like a lot of us don't really have high paying jobs because we're pursuing this art form, right? So a lot of us are willing to make sacrifices and live in cities we can't afford and roommate and sleep on the couch and do this, that, and the
Yeah.
third for a dream. And it's just funny because you hear stories about different entertainers like Steve Harvey, Tyler Perry, Tiffany Haddish, people that have had to sleep in their cars to make a dream a reality. And that's kind of where all of this was coming from. But then it was like, man, when you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. If you say yes to, I want to pursue my dream, you're saying no to the party life. You're
Yeah.
saying no to socializing and having a social life. You're saying no to family events. You're saying no to different things. So there's definitely a balance that has to be had with those. But, I mentioned this just to challenge the audience to think about that, right? And think about as you go into this next year, what will you choose to say yes to? And what will you choose to say no to? And just remember, like, fight for your ability to say no.
Come on.
Don't be a yes man. Don't be a yes woman. Like, fight for your ability to say no. So I say all that, brother. What's your reaction or your response to all of that energy I just put out in the
Man,
universe?
you you put out some good energy. I think it is. I think it's tough
Mhm.
to um consider saying yes to certain things that you feel in your heart is right, or maybe it's just something you really want. Maybe you got to say no to something, but it's like, man, I really want this.
Mhm.
And I really, you know, it'll make me feel confident. It'll make me feel good. Me saying no to this will maybe make this person feel a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting when you start adding in more dynamics to that whole concept. When it's not just you worried about, it's other people, the relationship part of it. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we all
Mhm.
have all these relationships, especially in this day and age. So I think that's a whole nother level to that whole concept. But like you said, it's like those are the type of decisions that if you know what I'm saying, if you follow your heart, you know what I'm saying, just stick to the plan, you know what I'm saying, what you want can happen, but it may take time, it may take long, but you can't give up the fight.
Mhm.
So that's kind of like my whole take on that. But it's definitely, that's an everyday decision, man.
I
That's
mean,
what.
because we make so many choices on a daily
Yeah.
basis, right? By choosing cereal, you saying no to oatmeal. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like it can be something as small as that, but something as big as um I mean, of course my brain just turned off, so I don't have an example, but just this idea of like valuing the opportunity to choose. Because
Mm,
everybody doesn't have this ability, man. If you go to some of these institutions, you lose your right to choose.
yeah.
So um that's my 2 cents for the audience. I'm off my soapbox. Look, we got
Man,
that. This
bro.
is the this is the Darius soapbox segment.
Hey, um, dude, that's real, man. I'm thinking about something. So I'm thinking about my journey with like, I ain't gonna get too personal, you know what I'm saying? But
Well, talk around it then.
okay, I'm gonna talk around it. I'm gonna dance around it. But like basically like when it comes to dating, right?
Mhm.
Um I in the past, just knowing that I found myself getting attracted to, like, you know what I'm saying, a young lady who I'm getting to know, you know what I'm saying? And there are moments where I want to say yes to some things.
Yes.
Yes, sir. But I said no a lot. I said no a lot, but that decision really kept me. The reward was like in my the peace that
Yeah.
I got every day.
Hmm.
Um and like just other things like in that nature, man. I didn't really have, because it'll be like a connection, but it's like, okay, I'm not fully connected with this young lady, you know what I'm saying? So if I'm not fully connected, I don't need to be um you know slow dancing with this young lady. I need to be trying to fall back, you know what I'm saying, and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
I don't see this compatibility, I really don't need to be slow dancing.
Yeah.
Um, so but that type of like discerning,
Yeah. The
discernment,
discernment. Yeah.
discernment, you know what I'm saying? I think you gotta, it's tough, man, but you gotta find a way to kind of like listen to your spirit and don't shush it, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And I think if you're doing that, like it's gonna guide you into everything you want in your life, but I think that's a thing that the youth and everybody needs to just realize, like decision making is important, and you're gonna have to start making them. So um, yeah, I'm off my
Well, and
soapbox.
I stay on the soapbox, bro, because I'm liking this topic because you know I study a lot of entrepreneurs and I study a lot of companies, and I do this in my free time. This is how I spend my time away from the podcast. If I'm not writing a joke or making somebody laugh, I'm studying some type of company or something, right? So I was studying Bob Iger, and Bob Iger is the CEO of Disney who just stepped down. This year, like last year or something like that. He wrote a book called The Ride of a Lifetime. And he was detailing, the book opens with him talking about they're opening up like a Disneyland in Shanghai, I believe. And at the time, do you remember that Pulse nightclub shooting where that guy went into that
In
gay club
Orlando.
and shot up all them people? So he was originally targeting like Disneyland,
Oh
right?
wow.
So, but Disneyland had some type of concert going on there, so they had an increased police presence, which deterred him from Disneyland. So he ended up, in put the Pulse nightclub. And Bob said he was in China, in Shanghai, or whatever, and the leader of the park aspect of Disney came up to him and let him know the news. And he said this thing where he said, "Get me more information." Right? Because when you're in a position like that, you have to make decisions at a very fast rate,
Mm-hmm.
right? But you have to have as much information as possible to make that decision. And I
Mm-hmm.
say that whole story because when you talk about discernment and listening to your spirit and listening to like your inner voice and that moral compass within you, you can't allow that to be shushed because like you're anchored in something. So that whole that voice is there for a reason and it's trying to give you more information for you to make the best decision that you can,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's what I kind of thought about when you had said that that line that you just said. But um you told me last week that you came across two entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And do you mind filling in the audience on that story or just giving some context as we
Yeah.
get to this?
Yeah. So I was out. Um I was hanging with my younger cousin, man. We probably about 4 years apart. So my little cousin having a little bit more fun out here, especially
Hmm.
on the night scene. You know what I'm saying? So, my cousin like, yo, you rolling with me? We about to introduce you to my friends, and so we go to a tattoo shop,
Hmm.
and it's just a pretty nice place. I'm not
Hmm.
gonna lie, and it was fully run by her friend who was younger than her.
Hmm.
Um, and so I see the guy, and he's a cool dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Real humble. But you know what I'm saying? I had to kind of pick his brain a little bit. I say, yo, my man, you know what I'm saying? What's good, man? I see you doing your thing. All right, you 23 in this piece. You this is yours. What's up, man? So he kind of started telling me his story a little bit. lets me know that, he started off, working the regular jobs, 9 to 5s, but it just really didn't fit him. You know what I'm saying? Just didn't fit his lifestyle. He's like, I don't want to be in a cubicle. You know what I'm saying? I want to be out and about doing things,
Mhm.
messing stuff up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just young energy. I'm like, I
Yeah.
respect it. I respect it. So he told me that he had a he had an opportunity to kind of like shadow a tattoo artist, right? And this dude was like a bad leader, man. Like just he cussed a lot. He wasn't really teaching him a lot. And it was funny because I thought, like, when he kind of started off with that story, I thought he was gonna be like, yeah, this dude kind of schooled me on everything. Nah. He basically said he wasted my time to the point where I had to kind of go out here and kind of figure things out myself.
Yeah.
So he became a tattoo artist, man, like self-taught and everything. And it was funny because, like, I was like, oh man, that's dope, but like, like, you just left the jobs, you just kind of just said, I'm done working. He was all like, yeah. And to make sure I wasn't gonna be working these little measly little 9 to 5s, man, I started getting tattoos on my face. And he had a few on his face. He said, I don't want to be hireable. I want to be a boss. All right. And as different as they may be, you feel little buddy was a boss. He had his stuff going on, but it
Yeah.
was kind of it was a little interesting to kind of hear his take, because he's ambitious, man. And I had to kind of salute him, man. I'm like, yo, keep doing what you're doing, man. You know, it's gonna work out. It gotta work
It
out.
gotta work out.
It gotta work out now.
You know what's funny about that? That's not the first time I've heard that. There's another guy on I seen him on social media online. I think his name is like Derek. I can't pronounce his last name. I don't know if it's Geese or Geis or something like that. But uh, he does guns with like his kids, and he has like a financial literacy thing. He's actually very intelligent, right? But he has a ton of face tattoos, and he had kind of the same story. My whole thought process is there's other ways of getting that same message across. Like I'm
What do you
of
mean?
this, I like mentally, I agree, like on a philosophical level of not wanting to be an employee with him.
Right.
Am I gonna get a face tattoo though? Like that, that seems a bit extreme because it's like, I get it. You want to show the world you're unhireable, but it's like, just don't apply for the job. Like, just don't, just don't create an Indeed account. Like, it's just, there's
Yeah.
other ways
Yeah. I
of
mean,
getting.
yeah. I guess you're right. You can simply just just
Just don't.
pursue your dreams. Simply just pursue it. You know what I'm saying?
But it's interesting though, because that brings up this other idea of of like entrepreneurship. And we promote this show on Instagram and other social media platforms. But one thing that I struggle with, and as a comedian, like my observation skills are never turned off. So I'm always like picking stuff out in my brain and just like, that's a little weird. But one thing that I've noticed with the entrepreneurship is that there's this phenomenon of people selling entrepreneurship without actually being entrepreneurs. Like
Okay.
they're just selling the dream. And it's funny because like right now, they sent it just to prove that we may get another $600 stimulus.
Yay, yay.
And don't say yay, yay. But
Money train.
is it? Gotta have a bunch of woods on your arm.
When the new J's drop. When the new J's drop.
You know what's funny? You know what I was thinking about? Because
What's
so
up?
the new stimulus is like $600, right?
Yeah.
Unless they increase it, whatever. But my brain started thinking, why is that the right amount for a new PlayStation 5 and one game? Is that weird to anybody else? Like plus tax?
Sony's in bed with the Congress. That's what's going on. They in bed together. You know what I'm saying? They slow dancing. That's what's going on. It's a lot of
I don't
slow
know, but
dancing going on.
but it's a fishy number. But 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 yeah, man, I just been noticing a lot of people online, like the news of the stimulus bill potentially passing or just potentially kind of being distributed and stuff like that. I'm noticing a bunch of people online are already like marketing to get your $600. Like, do you want to be a millionaire? Give me your 600 and I'll show you how. And it's like, what? Like, this doesn't feel right, right?
Mm.
But another thing that I saw on these entrepreneurship pages, man, I seen this one meme that was trying to inspire the audience by portraying this idea of do whatever it takes to succeed, right?
Okay.
But the meme said a crackhead doesn't wake up and say, I don't have any money. How will I smoke crack today? No, they figure it out. Right. And then at the bottom it said, will you let a crackhead out hustle you today?
Just Do It by Nike. 3 Stripes by Adidas.
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 But
You be platinum. like like Coach. That is horrible.
but when I tell you that, I mean, what are some of your initial responses to
It is
that?
whack. Crack is whack. And if you want to motivate people by dangling crack in their face, it's whack. Okay. Whoever decided to start
Made that
meme,
choice.
whoever made that choice, you made a yeah. You said yes to that, but you said no to a lot of other things, buddy. Said a lot of yeah. Work on yourself.
Well,
No,
it is.
is you got something to say?
Well, I'm just thinking, bro, like that's so weird to compare the entrepreneur to the crackhead because for one, when you think about crack culturally, you think of a certain group of people, right? Which is strike number one. Strike number two is like it's a sickness. Like that addiction that their body has to the drug is not the same issue that I have trying to be an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like it's so funny that it's like, are you gonna let a crackhead out hustle you? Like a crackhead is willing to steal a TV from his mama. You know what I'm saying? To fund his dream. Like I'm not willing to do. I'm not willing to go through those lengths. Like that's a face tattoo. Like that's not too far. Like it's just like
Dude, it is extreme. That's extreme. You taking a break from work. I'm gonna order Uber Eats. What? Man, a crackhead out here getting it. You out here ordering stuff on your phone. Privileged.
where's
I'm
your
trying
crack?
to. Where's your crackhead ambition, man?
Where's the crackhead ambition?
Come on, man. You out here getting outworked. Crackheads out here getting there. When you gonna get yours?
What are you doing?
You doing?
Send me your $600 right now if you want to out hustle the crackhead.
Dude. Dude, man. I hate this topic.
Why though? Let's hear that hatred. What?
I hate it. It's just stupid. It's stupid. I don't care. It's stupid. Whoever thought of this, you're stupid. Okay. No, it's I don't know. It's just dumb. Like I'm gonna get up and look out the window. Any crackheads out here working today? Because I need to be out here getting it. It's dumb, man. It's just a dumb comparison.
Oh my
Yeah, I
god.
wish they would have said something a little bit more like I would have believed them. They would have said, "Don't get outworked by a unicorn. The unicorn's out here spreading joy. You better not get outworked by a unicorn." I would be like, you know what? Let me get up, man. Unicorns got 4 legs. I got 2. I got to work hard. I would have believed that versus a crackhead. Keep them crackhead thoughts, man. The seahorse out here getting pregnant. He a male. What you out here doing? I need to be working because males is having babies. I need to be working hard. You know what I'm saying?
I'm behind the race. I'm behind
the race. He writing legacy letters. Legacy letters. That seahorse. What am I doing?
For his pregnant daughter. I mean,
for his daughter.
For his daughter that he's pregnant with.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
About to have a baby.
That's
Time me
hilarious.
to get on the ball, start dating again. But I'm scared. I'm scared to slow dance.
Oh my goodness, that's funny, bro. But yeah, man, I don't like any of that. I don't like any of that dream selling. I don't like any of I don't even rock with the hustle movement. Like hustle every day you awake. Hustle all night. Don't get no sleep. neglect your body to hustle. It's like, nah, I'm good, bro. I'd rather, and this is what I was alluding to in that whole outwork versus out strategize kind of
Oh, we're going back
video.
there.
We
We're
got to
going
go
back there.
back, you know what I'm saying, just to bring
Oh,
it out full
okay.
circle. But what I was alluding to in that is that, yes, you may outwork me, but how sustainable is you outworking me, right? Because you're only limited to like only you can outwork me, right? But if I work on like strategy and I work on trying to like out leverage you and I work on like stuff you're not thinking about,
Are we still talking about basketball?
well, that's what I'm saying. It don't really work in basketball
Okay,
because it is just
'cause
101.
once again, my right layup, my right hand layup is undeniable. Okay, we talked about this in the early episode. Okay,
I'm
I
talking
brought
about
this up early in 2020. You want me to bring it in? You want me to close 2020 with this? You can't see me in basketball, Darius.
it's not that I can't see you because I can definitely see you, right? But like, don't forget that summer when I worked on my mid game all
You
summer.
worked on your game. You worked on
You know
your
what I'm
game.
saying? Don't
You worked on your
don't
game.
let the
All right,
people
all
think I
right,
just
all
suck at
right.
basketball.
You
You know what I'm saying? What I mean
to
by
the
that?
audience, he doesn't suck. He doesn't suck.
Tell him about my
All right.
15-footer. Tell him about.
Oh my goodness, this guy. He doesn't suck at basketball. He's just not better than me in basketball.
Don't do that. Don't give me
not
no
better than
backhanded
me.
compliment. He doesn't suck, but is he on the court when I'm on the court? Ah.
Nah, he's not. It's not happening. It's not happening. Maybe if we was playing, Battleship,
Oh my god!
Charades.
You're gonna redo the whole bit.
charades. Yeah, then that strategy would work.
I'll be in town all week, everybody. Tip your waitress.
Ladies and gentlemen, Arby sauce.
Doing all the hits of 2020. We gonna close out the show. No, that's generic ketchup. That's generic Arby sauce.
I want to be a trash man when I grow up. I want to be a trash man.
Rubber doo-doo. This is
Rubber. Why you bring that up, man? Why you bring that up?
We doing all the hits of 2020. We gotta close out the show.
I got phone calls about that joke, man. People was hitting my line directly. Did you really post that? All right. You know what I'm saying?
But didn't you bring the community together by doing that, by taking that risk, making that choice?
Listen, I said yes to that, but I said no to my my coolness. I said no to my
You swagger.
no to my lady status with the ladies. My girlfriend's ready to break up with me. Yeah, she brought that up too. Man, rubber doo-doo. You didn't tell me this when we first met. See, so yeah, I said no to a lot of stuff, but I said yes to the joke.
Oh my gosh, bro. That's so funny. That is so funny. But man, I had so much fun doing this show. Like, I look forward to this every time we get a chance to turn the cameras on. But man, I do want to ask you a question.
What's up, man?
So 2020 has been a year like no other. So for you, if you had to boil your experience down in 2020 to one word, what would that be?
First of all, Darius, you must have took a chemistry class for intro to chemistry. You boil down to its purest substance. I'm trying to work crackheads, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to work crackheads, all right? Darius is trying to outwork the crackheads today, ladies and gentlemen. Boil it down to its purest substance. Cook it. Bag it.
Baking soda, water. Stir it up.
Stir it, sell it. It's 2020, y'all. Trying to outwork crackheads. No, okay, all right. Oh my goodness. If I can sum it up in one word, man, I would say I think I'm gonna use this word right. Triumphant.
Triumphant. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Elaborate on that for me.
Yeah, first of all, because triumphant means you're because you're
You should look this word up before we started shooting. Because I don't want us both looking silly. Let me look up the word. While you're gathering your thoughts.
Because I know I believe I'm about to use what I
Yeah.
have in my mind. I believe I'm gonna use it correctly.
Before you do that, let me just look up the
Okay,
definition.
yeah.
We know
Ladies
what
and
it
gentlemen, the
means, but we
D&D podcast is brought to you by Thesauruses and Dictionary.com and Coach Cologne and Adidas and
and
yeah,
invisible cloaks,
and
grit
invisible
sweaters.
cloaks. Yeah, shout out to the Harry Potter fans out there. This is the
So,
last episode of 2020, y'all.
all right. So it says, all right, triumphant is an adjective having won a battle or contest, victorious,
Yes.
feeling or expressing jubilation after having won a victory or mastered a difficulty.
And that's exactly how I feel about 2020.
Mhm.
2020 has been a tough year, and there's been death, there's been protesting. This is the first year I did not eat Thanksgiving food with my family. But as we come to a close, it feels like a win for everybody, not just myself, but for all the others who I share this earth with. We all won. If we're still alive, you know what I'm saying? Like we it's a triumphant victory to come out of this. But to also gain a lot of information and experiences. We're as a human race, we're definitely this was a test, man, and I feel like we're gonna evolve from this. We're gonna become smarter. We're gonna be more prepared. So I just want to say I think it's been a triumphant victory, and that's the word that I chose for this year. What about you, sir?
Why'd you whisper that whole?
I don't know. It's just,
But nah, man, the word I decided to go with is pivot.
Ooh.
Because I feel like, man, at the top of the year, I had so many goals that I wanted to accomplish, comedically, business wise, academically, whatever the case may be. And this worldwide pandemic just shut all of that down. Right. But I'm not the type of person to just kind of pack up my bag and leave. So it was more of a, how can I pivot? How can I make a change of direction, but still do what it is I'm trying to do? And I had to like fine tune what it is I am trying to do. And in making some of those decisions and those choices, I mean, this podcast was birthed out of that, which,
Wow.
you know what I'm saying, is crazy. And there's a lot of other things I'm kind of pursuing and developing that were birthed out of this desire to still want to reach and connect with people. And this idea that I can reach more people on the internet, like by sitting at my desk than
On the beach
on a beach, obviously.
with a bookshelf in the
with
back.
with a bookshelf in the back.
Last episode of 2020, calling it out.
But I could reach more people under these conditions than I could at a comedy club. Like that's so powerful. And just to realize, like, how long would it have taken me to realize this had the world not had to go through what it went through?
And I also kind of want to mention that along with that, like pre-pandemic, you was working on these skills.
Yeah.
And your skill set has transitioned into the pandemic. He was able to still thrive. He was able to still kind of reach people. So I think that's also important too, is to just recognize like pivot is the perfect word because you definitely did that, bro. You took everything you was doing and said, all right, man, we're gonna go this way and we're gonna still do what we're doing. We're still gonna be out here and still reaching people. So I think that's an excellent word choice, sir.
Yeah, man. I think, just to wrap it up too, like I'm gonna take these lessons throughout the rest of my life. Like, how can I pivot in different areas of my life? How can I more streamline the process to get into my goals?
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, and that's why I'm so fascinated with how the rest of the world has had to pivot. Like, I love interviewing comedians and interviewing different people about like, yo, what did you learn during this process? Like, how are you going to be better? And it's so fascinating to understand what other people realized. Like, oh, I realized, I didn't want to be a stand-up. I wanted to be a writer. Or I realized by doing online shows, I can perform in Germany. How long would it have taken me to get to Germany? I've realized, oh, there's less comics at the actual show. So I'm getting more stage time. I'm getting better. And it's like, wow, man, this is crazy. So, my comments to the audience is whatever industry you're in, wherever you
Yeah.
are in life, like just examine yourself. 2020 has beat everybody down, right? But it ain't knock us out. You know what I'm saying? It just got a couple of good licks off of us.
Great
So
licks.
a couple of good licks, like, oh my
Nate Robinson licks.
God.
But we got back up though. We got back up.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
he still live to fight another day.
Yeah.
Come on, Craig. Get up, Craig. That was the most I was talking to Earth. Come on, Earth. Come on, Earth. Get up, Earth. What? COVID was all like, who else wants some? Who else wants some for COVID-19? Debo, shout out RIP to Debo, man.
Oh, he did pass.
Yeah, we lost a legend, man. So
Man,
that was that whole look. Yeah, if you ain't never seen Friday,
you missing out.
You missing out. Okay.
But I think for 2020, that's the word for me, right? So when you look at 2021, before we even get there, because this episode will probably be released on New Year's Day, what's the word that you're projecting for 2021?
Whew. I don't. Can you go first?
Yeah, I'll give you an opportunity to think about it. For me, the word I'm looking at is opportunity. And this goes in line with the pivot. But man, just as I kind of study history, so many businesses and so many, like the life that we're living in 2020 was shaped a lot by what happened in 2008 during the housing crisis, right? Airbnb was born during that time. I think Uber was born during that time. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these companies that are household names now were born during that, right? And I'm just thinking like, man, this pandemic shook the whole world up. So what is 10 years from now going to look like? And how can we position ourselves? I mean, you just gave me an amazing compliment a second ago where you talked about like, I was developing these skills for 10 years before we ever started doing this podcast. So now it just looks like, man, these guys are rocking and rolling. I love the show, blah, blah, but it's like I've been out working crackheads, you know what I'm saying, for 10 years, so.
He's been booed off stage, ladies and gentlemen. I've been there. I seen some of the early work of my brother HD. Before he was HD Bling, he was HD.
Don't ever get on the stage again.
It was HD Code, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, definitely, bro. Definitely.
But and I think I'm just getting started. You know what I'm saying? Like 10 years from now, what does that look like? 5 years from now, 3 years from now, right? Like this is just what I'm thinking about, man. Because I'm just seeing like the whole world is opening up. So it's like, how are you positioning yourself? What skills are you learning? Like how are you getting better and doing it at your own pace, not comparing your journey to anybody else's? Because what's for you is for you. Like nobody can take it from you. So for me, man, opportunity.
Okay. That's a great word. I would say optimistic.
Oh, that's a great word for you.
In 2021. Okay. Staying optimistic in 2021. Hashtag staying optimistic in 2021. Here's the thing. I think for me, like, we don't necessarily know what next year may bring. And that's okay. But I think we've learned a lot in 2020. And I think the key is to keep the hopes up high, keep building on what we already been building on this year. And just expecting the best, I'm, just living with expectancy, you know what I'm saying? But slowly just being aware of the situations, you know what I'm saying? But just being hopeful and having that, just having that drive to keep going, man. I got a chance to kind of like talk to some people this year, and there's been some losses, man. Like just some unfortunate losses that people had to experience back to back. These holidays, even though we had some good holidays with our families, there were people who didn't necessarily get to kind of do it how we did it. So I would say, like, man, stay optimistic and give too. Like, let 2021 be a year where you start kind of stepping out your comfort zone, giving to others, serving, whether that's volunteer, because I think that all that's going to play a part, like a big part. There's still people who are going to still need resources out there. So if you're like, if you're in a good position, like, I challenge you to kind of go out there, be optimistic, give, serve, and put yourself out there, man, and just help slowly build this place back to normal. Because I still think it's gonna take a little time, man, but
Yeah,
I'm staying optimistic.
that's awesome, man. And we gonna land this plane here soon. So my final question for you is, what is your top goal for 2020?
Okay.
2021, my bad. I'm so used to saying
Yeah.
2020.
Well, top goal, like, grand scheme for the entire year goal, or just a goal, monthly goal, or is
Now, I
it
would say
you want the whole year?
for the whole year, I think, man, I think by this time next year, if you could do one thing and feel um appreciate well, that's not the right word, and feel empowered and proud of yourself.
Mm.
What's one goal, or say, shoot, even one action, right?
Mm.
What's one choice? There we go. Let's bring it down. What's one choice that you would like to make in 2021 to make a difference for you?
I would say, man, more one choice, man. Um, I would say, man, I would say serve. I don't know. I would
Mm,
say serve would be one choice. Um, I think I'm like really like fired up about that. I've been looking at mainly I was looking at some stuff today,
mhm.
just some volunteer opportunities on my off time. So I was like, yo, there's some things I kind of want to do. I really enjoy that. So I think, as far as like, if I can do that in 20, because the world needs it, you know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
whether that's like doing something at the Texas Food Bank, which I did before, or like, I don't know, man, doing something in the community, kids, or something that is, COVID safety protocols and all that's in place, like, yeah, I'm willing to kind of do stuff like that. So I think that's an action for me specifically. I mean, but don't get it twisted. Brother want to get some other things done, and you know, goals and all that nature. But I think that's, as of today,
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking. That's on my mind. It's like, yo, I want to find a way I can get out here and get my hands dirty a little bit more. So
That's awesome, man. And I think that just captures who you are as a person, bro. That's not the first time you didn't mention the concept of serving and giving and being selfless on this podcast. Like, that's who you are. And it's funny because I feel like my answer is gonna be very selfish. But
no, you're good. You're good, bro. No trip. You're
but
good.
but no, man, I think for me, what I would love to do in 2021 is continue to make consistent, intentional content,
Okay.
right? Because I'm just,
Okay.
so many people are pivoting to this content creation, content marketing space.
You're hearing it first, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
about to get some more episodes out of the DD Experience, and on his platform too. So tap in.
Yeah, man. And I'll just go ahead and shout out that other platform. It's called Funny Money Network. You can follow it on Instagram. And I'm very passionate about that. But just because so many people are about to get into this content thing, and it's about to be a gold rush, right? But the quality, just in studying history, you're going to see a bunch of trash put out there. Right. So one thing I'm very intentional with is I want to make sure, how can our podcast and how can the brands that we're building individually and also collectively, how can they be different? And how can we carve a space to where we're in the right position when opportunity shows up? Right. And I think being thoughtful, continuing to hone our point of view of the world and who we are as men and as people, and sharing that point of view with the world through content. So for me, man, if I can just buckle down on that for a year, I would love to see where we are in the spot next year.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
just really committing to that particular goal, and choosing to stay consistent.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, that's my answer. And man, this is the last episode of 2020. And like I told Deontay, man, this is the beginning of the end in a positive way. That sounds like revelations, but but Mr. Ellison, you want to give the audience a final farewell of 2020 and end out this podcast episode?
Wow, you're giving me the honor. I'm so grateful for this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. As we close the curtains on 2020, man, I want y'all to remember, you are special. You got what it takes. You're gonna make it. You're alive right now. You're gonna make it in 2021, man. So let's throw away all the negative thoughts, man. Let's be more at peace in 2021. Let's hug our peoples. Let's spend time with our family. Let's reach out to our granny. I need to text my granny to be real. But let's be more intentional, like my brother said, man. Let's be more intentional with our actions. Let's spread more love, more unity. 2020 was rough, but we made it. You feel me? So, with all that said, man, it's your boy, Mr. D. Quiliante, man. It's been a pleasure. When I tell you it's been a pleasure, it's been a pleasure coming to this platform, reaching out to y'all, talking to y'all, man. Thank you for allowing us to be us. And it's my brother, Hilarious Darius. You dig? He in the building, baby. We be back 2021, baby. Tap in. You know what it is. We out here.
All right, I'll see y'all later. That was a lot of...
I'm on this vegetarian diet, baby. I'm turned, baby.
Sound like you need some meat so you go to sleep. Get that boy some turkey. You're a turkitarian. All right, man. Y'all stay safe, and hope y'all have a great 2021.